All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. It's time to talk about the Z Flip 5. I actually had this device for 6 months, a little over 6 months, and I've been more than impressed with it. So I never picked up the Moto Razr, the new version. I just just wasn't into it. I like the Z Flip lineup. I like what they've done with the larger display. And this device kind of took a back seat once I started getting some of the other foldables in. And I just didn't know what to do. I have so many phones that after a while, it kind of becomes redundant on the devices you have in your lineup, and you try to pick and choose which one you're going to use at the time. So with this one, I found myself, it's such a solid device, and I think I used this for about 3.5 months all the way through before switching and kind of tapering down on it and kind of moving on to something else. And by the way, this video is courtesy of the minty fresh Google Pixel 8 Pro. So let's talk about the design of this device and where Samsung is headed, or where they should go with this particular lineup here. So we all know that the new versions of these devices are going to be coming out soon. This is the 5, they'll go to the 6, and they're just going to keep going in that direction. So this design right here, to me, is very iconic. It is probably one of the best feeling and folding devices you could possibly get if you're into foldable devices. So I think if in fact you want a compact device, this is probably going to be your best bet. This device folds away, as you can see, and just kind of folds away into nothing really much. It's a small, compact design. And I think that's the advantage of having a small folding form factor like this. Now, Samsung obviously offers, this is the Z Flip 5. They offer something like this, but this is for that person that wants a tablet on the go, if you will. You know, you don't want that smaller form factor, and you're okay with having this bigger thing in your pocket. It's a lot heavier, it's bigger, it's got a different form factor, and you're a person who really wants that. So, but a person who wants a compact device that is still gonna give them a lot of screen real estate, this is your device. This is your device. Now, this is one of the limited colors from Samsung when they brought it out, and I was super happy to grab this. I really like this device. You've got the fingerprint reader in the home button, you got your volume rocker right here, and you got your SIM tray on this side. That's a 5G antenna right there. And then you have your Type-C, several microphones, and the speaker out right there. And that's pretty much it. And the hinge is completely shrank down on this thing. It definitely shrank down a lot in comparison to what it used to be. Now, when you open this up, you have a regular slab style device. This is a full-on just slab style device. If I pull out something like the Z Flip, or excuse me, the Z, oh my gosh, the S23 Ultra, you can see it's about the same height. It's just narrower and it's not as wide, and it's easier on the hand because of the rounded corners. I mean, I really would like to see the Ultra lineup go to the rounded corner design. It's such a shame. But anyway, this design right here is actually really sleek, and I love the front display here, having the ability to access everything on this display and not even have to open it. This is a huge plus. This is a huge plus. So aside from the design, you do have these features right here that you get on every Samsung device. You have the sidebar menu where you can access all of your applications, and I just think this is such a slept on thing with Samsung as a whole. They have a phenomenal piece of hardware, piece of software. Their software is great. If they could branch off from Android, I think they could go places. They never released Tizen on its own officially to the masses. Tizen was a thing, and Tizen was actually great. You could still have all the things you can have now. But when it comes to development, it's just easier for them to put Android on here and keep their skin of One UI over it. So this is on the latest software patch, which is February. And speaking in terms of software and options and features, the software on here is up to date always. Samsung now has been getting their software up to date. They are not messing around. They are just pretty much what's going on. I had signed in a minute. There we go. They are pretty much getting their software in line with Google. Sadly enough, Google sometimes gets the software updates after Samsung, and that is just the strangest thing ever, that they do this. But they're doing it. They're not getting the Google isn't getting all the software updates first. It's my C8 Corvette that I used to have, but software wise, feature wise, this is up to date. And it's on par with Google when it comes to getting the software patches and everything like that. But this is a more feature-rich device. This device, or Samsung, I should say, their software is a little bit more feature-rich. If you like a lot of different, not gimmicks, but options, things to do, if you like that, you're gonna love Samsung software. And I'm pretty sure tons of people have now experienced Samsung software to the point where that it is almost overly loaded. Bumpy Cam, remember that back in the day? But yeah, the software on here is complete. It's solid. It offers everything a person could possibly want. So then you put that into a folding design and you have a win. You have a major win. Yeah, who wouldn't want, and look how fast that fingerprint reader is, who wouldn't want to have a device that closes away and can open up into a regular full-size slab and then close away and store easily? Everybody would. That is the end goal, I would think, for a lot of people, is to be able to store your device away and not have a big chunky phone in your pocket, and you can comfortably use it in almost any scenario. For me, I work out every day, sometimes twice a day, and that is why I regularly carry a smaller device like this. I carry this, and I also carry a Pixel 8. And these are smaller devices that when I'm working out or I'm doing something, they're easier on my pocket. But this is the ultimate pocket king when it comes to wanting to move about and not have that heavy brick in your pocket. So the screen on here, I'm going to show you some of my latest videos. I'm going to pull up a video and show you how beautiful the screen is. I'm going to crank the brightness up so you can really check this out. Now here's a video I did. You can see it's in HDR and it's at the full 4K HDR, and I've got the brightness cranked all the way up. And we're going to go ahead and play it. I'm also going to crank up the volume just so you can get a feel. You really won't get the gist of it through this video unless I hold it directly to the mic. But here's some footage I shot at night in HDR. And this is not with this particular phone. I'll show you some footage from this phone, but this is just to show you how beautiful this screen is. Peak brightness on this screen, it's about 1750, I believe it is. So that's really, really good. Check out the speaker quality and how the screen looks.
And there it is, folks. Here's my 2024 Mustang GT sitting on iBox Sportline. So this is the max drop you can do. This one is 1.5 in the front and 1.33 in the rear. Now my wheel and tire setup.
So this is just another example of how beautiful this display is. Now I do have it on the zoom out to full screen, but when I put it in like this, you get these black bars on the side. Now that doesn't particularly bother me, but some people might be annoyed by that, but you should take advantage of just filling the borders of this display when you're watching something. It just looks beautiful, folks. Straight up, this is just a beautiful look. I mean, check the 24 Mustang out, folks. If you haven't subscribed to my car channel, you really need to hit that up. Yeah, you need to hit it up. This is my 24 Mustang. Just slammed it down to some iBox, put some new wheels on it, got some stuff under the hood. Really nice. Anyway, this display is beautiful, folks, and this is what I'm talking about when it comes to something like a foldable device. Some think it might lack in the display area because it has the thin glass with the plastic layer over, but a peak brightness of 1750 is very impressive, and I think anybody looking for a slab with this versatile, the Z Flip might be the one for you. So aside from that beautiful display, let's talk about battery for a second, and then I'll get on to the camera. So the battery on here it's better than last year, but this isn't a killer phone on battery per se. It's just a really good phone on battery. It doesn't stand toe-to-toe with a lot of other devices with the same size battery, but it still is much better than the previous generation, meaning I can go through a full day on a charge. Before I could go a full day, but sometimes I might have to charge towards the end of the day. But with this one, I can go a full day and then go into the next day and still have battery left without worrying about, let's just say I did go to the office, if you will, and I worked a 9 to 5. If I ran this down and just put it on the bedside without charging it, when I got up the next day, I would probably still have 35% left, or at least 30% left from 100% charge from the previous day. So I could go ahead and go to work safely and plug it up in my car or whatever, if this was my routine, and I would still have 60%, 65% battery when I get to work, and then, be able to make it through the rest of that work day. So you don't have to charge your phone every day, but some people have to, depending on what your work schedule is and, how your day is. You probably do have to charge your phone every day, but in reality, you shouldn't have to charge your phone every day. And that's just this phone. You don't have to. If some people still might have to charge it every day, depending on what they're doing on their device. If you're using the camera a lot, then yeah, you're going to have to charge your phone every day, sometimes probably even twice a day. And I'll get into cameras now. Let me pull up something in the library here, some videos I've recorded back in the day, or pictures or anything that I've taken with this phone. So here's footage from this phone right here. This is just absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous content. Just, man, I mean, the screen on here is great, but these little cameras right here have proven to me that they are worthy to contend. They're worthy enough to be in the same conversation as other smartphones. I mean, this is technically a high-end smartphone. It's a high-end smartphone. It's got all the latest specs that a person could possibly want, minus the very, very, very high-resolution display. No 4K display or anything like that. But still, it's still a really great set of cameras on here. And I took this video with this phone. You can see the stabilization on here. It's just a really solid set of cameras. And furthermore, man, this makes me miss my Corvette a little bit. You know what's in that bag right there? What's in that bag? Somebody tell me in the comments what's in the bag. I want you to tell me what's in the bag right there, if you know what's in that bag. Anyway, this makes me miss my Corvette. I should get another one, right? And park it next to the Mustang. But anyway, yeah, I really can appreciate these cameras. And if you vlog with this phone, you can turn on the monitor back here, and it is like full screen. It's absolutely incredible. Let me see if I can find some stuff. Wait a minute. Here's some pictures too, by the way. Look at these pictures. Just great. I love it, man. There's a lot to love about this phone, but camera wise, if I want to shoot a video, I can hit that display right there. And another thing about the cameras, well, I'm gonna show you, it fills the entire screen. Minty Fresh Team Pixel, I see. It fills the entire display like that, and I just love how this is for vlogging. You get to see your entire self. You can frame yourself. That is the advantage of a phone like this. Now, and you can go into the different modes here. You can, if you want to shoot video of someone else or yourself, and you don't have to touch it, you have all the access right here. Now, and look, it's still going. That's minty fresh. That's the advantage of having a device like this. Now, another advantage to Samsung phones is this right here. You've got portrait video and you've got pro video. Pro video, straight up beast mode on any device that has it. Samsung is kind of leading the charge in the US with this pro video setup. Too bad LG exited the building, because they were killing Samsung in the pro video section, in my opinion. But they exited the building, and now here we are. So pro video is a must if you have a Samsung device, and then portrait video. This is the win-win situation right here. Portrait video on the win-win is actually hot. Now, you can still do this mode right here for pretty much just turn that on if you're gonna vlog. This is like the ultimate vlogging portable camera system for a person. I can really appreciate what they're doing here. That is one of the best things about Samsung software, is their pro mode and the ability to shoot all these different modes on here. It's even got director's view on here too. Director's view is very seldom used because I'm not really shooting other people per se or other things a lot. I'm just vlogging, so I end up taking advantage of this big screen back here. But in the end, you have to determine, and furthermore, not just video. I always focus on video, but it's got portrait photos there and everything, regular photos. Video is up to 4K 60. It's nice. It's real nice. And then I'll flip it around here. Video is up to 4K 60. Even on this little camera right there, video is up to 4K 60. Holla at me. But yeah, this is an advanced set of cameras on a device that people seldom talk about anymore. Even me, I'm guilty of it. Yeah, this is a 6-month follow-up, but I recently just started using it again and putting it back into rotation. So with that said, though, this is a major win because you can get this device at a lot lower cost now, and it's halfway through its life for me, and so I think if you decide that you want to get this, now is the time to get it because you can clearly get a big discount on the price. And the price lasts because this device, some people will say it's overpriced. I don't think so. I think for the price that this initially launched at, you consider what you're getting in comparison to other foldable devices from Samsung and just other devices from Samsung. This is a lot of phone for the price, and it is typically the slept-on device. But I told you, I said, hey, when these devices dropped, I said, this is the foldable to get. It was the foldable to get last year. It's the foldable to get this year. And it's probably going to be the foldable to get for 2024 as well, depending on what upgrades they make to it. Now, if they run this game where they do a minor upgrade on it and just change a few things, I think what they'll probably do is update the cameras, maybe do a titanium version of it. I don't know. They'll figure out something, some way to get your money and try to convince you that this one is null and void. But I tell you, this is a hot device. I don't see anything wrong with what they're doing here. I think this is probably a good time to buy because when you think about it, how long do regular consumers keep their devices? I think they keep them for quite a bit of time. And I've seen a lot of people want to convert from iPhones to this phone. I've seen it, man. I've seen so many people say, well, I really want that flip phone from Samsung. It's a hit. But Samsung has really good marketing. And, you know, that's just how it is. So I'm hoping that the Z Flip 6 is really going to take advantage and capitalize on some change instead of just minor changes. But I'm hopeful. I haven't seen anything on the Z Flip 6. If there is even a Z Flip 6, we'll see later on this year. But for now, 6 months strong with about 3.5 months of continuous use. I'm putting it back into rotation now. I'm being honest because I missed this. I was cleaning through and updating all my devices, and I thought, man, I'm slipping. This is the carrying device right here. This is the one you need to carry. I mean, the iPhone is nice and everything, but I mean, if I'm being honest, this just offers so much for the money when compared. Anyway, it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. 6 months with a beautiful device and not just a cute face, but this thing really puts in work. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.